Not far from the Divine Hall, in the desert, Mu Feng and Lu Di were slowly making their way forward. Lu Di, are you sure Xiao Yin and the others are around here? Mu Feng asked. It should be right. According to what the Blue Flower Serpent said, this desert area is located opposite the Medusa Clan's Divine Hall. Xiao Yin and his group are likely here, Lu Di responded softly, her lips barely moving as she glanced at the distant sky. Above the Divine Hall, the thunderclouds and terrifying explosions were gradually dissipating, but anyone could tell that such intense disturbances weren't caused by an ordinary fight between experts. The area around the hall was in complete disarray, with colorful sparks of energy scattered everywhere, and the desert sands were unevenly sunken in various spots. What an awe-inspiring battle! The Xinling royal family and the Medusa clan really possess terrifying foundations, Mu Feng muttered to himself. By the way, Lu Di, why didn't you enter the Medusa clan's divine hall with the blue flower serpent? Mu Feng hesitated for a moment before asking, isn't that the sacred place all of you serpent folk dream of? It's not as simple as you think. Do you think the Medusa Divine Hall is a place anyone can just walk into? Not only is the hall filled with countless dangers, but it is also the resting place of our Medusa clan's ancestors. Even I am not qualified to enter right now, but I believe that one day I will walk in openly. Once I break through the limitations of my bloodline, I might even ascend to become a heaven-devouring python. When that time comes, I'll be the one to look after you, Lu Di said with a sweet smile, as beautiful as a crescent moon, causing Mu Feng to lose himself in thought for a moment. I seem to sense Xiao Yan's aura. They're here. Let's go. Lu Di's pupils flickered with determination. Let's move. Mu Feng, hearing this, quickly scanned the surroundings and, seeing no one nearby, followed Lu Di without further hesitation. Mu Feng's group is nearby. Everyone, spread out and search, but don't use Do Qi, or you'll attract the Medusa clan's experts, Xiao Yan ordered. Had they witnessed Elder Zhu coming to the Medusa clan's rescue, they wouldn't be acting so cautiously on the Medusa clan's territory. The group split up, each heading in a different direction. Xiao Yan. A clear voice echoed in Xiao Yan's mind. Found them. Mu Yingying smiled softly, quickly arriving at Xiao Yan's side. Everyone's all right? Xiao Yan looked at Mu Feng and Lu Di, seeing they were unharmed. He clapped a large hand on Mu Feng's shoulder. Ouch, ouch, ouch. That hurts. Mu Feng played along with exaggerated groans, causing the group to burst into laughter. What about the Blood Blade mercenary group? Mu Feng asked. They went their own way. It seems something else caught their attention, Little Li replied. That's probably for the best. If we head into the desert, I'd rather not watch my back while fighting alongside untrustworthy allies, Lu Di remarked bluntly. Now that the five of us are together, we should head to the desert area while the aftershocks of the battle haven't fully subsided, Xiao Yan suggested with a smile, his pupils gleaming with excitement. He could feel a powerful attraction pulling him forward, not only from the flame he had fused with 23 types of heavenly flames, but also from deep within, the flame mantra inside him. There was likely only one thing capable of drawing such a reaction from his flame mantra. Sacred flame. Legend has it that the desert area is one of the 3 deadly zones of the desolate Death Desert, but it's also filled with countless treasures. Mu Feng led the way eagerly. We might even get something valuable to boost our strength for the sect competition in a few years. Go this way, Xiao Yan interrupted with a sigh, pointing out Mu Feng's wrong turn. The group, moving slowly but surely, headed toward an eerie section of the desert, the area known as the Desolate Death Desert. Follow Qin Tian. Don't let them escape. This time, I'll make sure the Xinling royal family experiences Solomon's true might. They actually wanted us to kill Zhu Jin? If it weren't for discovering Zhu Jin's half-step Do Xian strength, the 3 of us would have been marching to our deaths. Lu Quan snarled, his face twisted with rage as he transformed into a cloud of black mist, leading 2 others in pursuit of Qin Tian's group. Elsewhere, with Qin Tian's departure, the Medusa clan and Zhu Jin breathed a sigh of relief. It seems the Medusa clan isn't as united as I thought, Zhu Jin commented as the 8 leaders of the Medusa clan and Shifu landed on the ground. Qin Tian's group had vanished without a trace. Cough, cough. Shifu, having exhausted himself, coughed violently while gripping the damaged dragon python staff. His companion spirit serpent, Little Green, had retreated to his body for recovery after the heaven-devouring python had been defeated. Humph. Human, although you helped us resolve the situation, I suggest you return from wherever you came. The Medusa Clan has never welcomed humans in any part of our territory. Mobile, one of the 8 leaders, stared defiantly at Zhu Jin. Mobile, watch your tongue. Shifu's weakened body trembled with age as he rebuked sharply. Master Shifu. Mobile responded in confusion, his voice heavy with frustration. I'm not dead yet, so be silent. Shifu roared. Zhu Jin, you're not wrong. There have been some traitors within our Medusa clan. Shifu agreed with Zhu Jin's earlier statement, his serpent-like eyes sweeping over 2 of the leaders. One was a man, the other a woman. The man was a late 8-star Do-D, exuding a fierce aura, with chestnut-brown hair that gave him a dashing appearance. The woman, a mid-8-star Do-D, was also formidable in her own right. Master Shifu, we harbor no ill intentions, the 2 of them pleaded hastily. It's all because of that wretched new Dong. He promised us some benefits and made us help him. He was the one who leaked the information about the 9-colored heaven-devouring python entering the Divine Hall. He sought to collaborate with the Xinling royal family to wage war against us. His ambitions are massive. He wants to rule the entire Medusa clan. The 2 leaders immediately knelt and explained, their voices trembling with fear. Though they were leaders of 2 of the 9 major tribes, their ranks were among the lowest. They were all too aware of Shifu's temper and ruthless methods. Should they lie to her, their fates would be dire. In light of your positions as leaders within the Medusa clan's 9 tribes, I'll spare you this time. But if it happens again, you'll be thrown into the 1,000 serpent skulls. Shifu said coldly, her merciless tone allowing the 2 of them to breathe a small sigh of relief. Now it's time to clean up the traitors within the Medusa clan. Although New Dong is merely a 4-turn 9-star Do-D, his years of secret collaboration with the Xinling royal family have made his forces formidable. The immediate priority now is to find New Dong and deal with him according to the clan's rules, the Serpent King spoke up. Like many others, he had long grown displeased with New Dong's actions. However, no one had spoken out against him before, and the Serpent King had suppressed the matter. After all, in a one-on-one fight, he wasn't New Dong's match. Ha ha ha, looking for me? No need. I've come uninvited. A booming laugh echoed across the desert as a burly figure suddenly appeared. It was none other than New Dong, accompanied by 3 mid-8-star Do-D experts and 5 7-star Do-D experts. But what caught everyone's attention was the figure cloaked in black mist beside him, exuding an eerie and sinister aura. New Dong? The Serpent King's pupils constricted, unable to fathom why New Dong would dare show himself now. After all, gathered here were almost all of the Medusa clan's top experts, including Zhu Jin, a half-step Docian, along with 6 8-star Do-Dis, 2 9-star Do-Dis, and 2 half-step Docian experts. Did New Dong have a death wish? Something's wrong. I've known New Dong for years, and he's not one to act rashly. If he dares to appear today, he must have some kind of backing. The Serpent King's mind raced as he analyzed the situation. He glanced at New Dong's followers, seeing nothing too extraordinary about them, despite their 7-star and 8-star Do-D strengths. Then, suddenly, the Serpent King's eyes sharpened in alarm as his gaze settled on the figure shrouded in black mist. A powerful sense of danger emanated from this person. Whoosh whoosh. A mere 4-turn expert dares to probe me? A cold, chilling voice emerged from beneath the black cloak. As soon as the words were spoken, a strange black fog surged from the figure's body, rushing toward the Serpent King. As the fog materialized, it morphed into a pitch-black chain that shot forward with incredible speed, accompanied by a terrifying whistling sound, heading straight for the Serpent King. The Serpent King, having already expended much of his Do-Chi, felt a cold dread rising in his heart. He knew that if he were struck by this eerie black chain, even if he survived, it would come at a heavy cost. Humph! Zhu Jin snorted coldly from the side. In an instant, an invisible wave of energy collided with the black chain. Boom, boom, boom. The black chain emitted a dazzling, icy glow as it repelled Zhu Jin's invisible force. In the next moment, the chain accelerated once more, stopping just 3 feet from the Serpent King. Damn it! Cold sweat poured down the Serpent King's face. Just as he was about to summon his Do Chi for defense, a pale hand suddenly reached out and firmly grasped the black chain. Who are you? Zhu Jin's figure appeared beside the Serpent King, his hand gripping the chain tightly as he spoke. The black chain, however, continued to emit an eerie, ghostly mist, trying to erode Zhu Jin. But Zhu Jin wouldn't allow it to succeed. His aura surged, and a storm of lightning energy burst forth, directly countering the black mist. That was close. The Serpent King breathed a sigh of relief, wiping the sweat from his forehead. The blade of the black chain had stopped just 2 meters in front of him. Had Zhu Jin arrived a moment later, the Serpent King's head would have been pierced by the chain's sharp edge. Impressive. As expected of a half-step Docian expert, the black-cloaked figure chuckled ominously, their voice fluctuating between near and far. But let's see how you handle this. The cloaked figure sneered again. As the figure laughed, the black chain that Zhu Jin was holding suddenly erupted with an overwhelming surge of black energy, casting a shadow over the previously clear sky. Petty tricks. Zhu Jin scoffed, silver-white lightning crackling around him as he suppressed the black energy with ease. Boom, boom, boom. The silver lightning clashed with the black energy, resulting in a massive explosion. Waves of heat rippled out, causing the temperature in the area to skyrocket. The space around Zhu Jin began to warp and distort from the extreme heat, drawing the astonished gazes of the 8 Medusa Clan leaders. Damn it! Where did New Dong find such a powerful ally? Someone who can fight on equal footing with a half-step Docian like Zhu Jin? Shifu, with her sharp eye, quickly realized the severity of the situation. Even though the exchange had been brief, it was clear that the black-cloaked figure was no ordinary expert. This cloaked individual, capable of standing toe-to-toe with Zhu Jin, the top battle array master in the mystic 3 heavens, was clearly a half-step Docian in their own right. Furthermore, the sinister black mist surrounding the figure was unsettling, even for Shifu. That black mist, it's almost identical to the black energy that surrounded Qin Tian earlier. But this figure's black energy is far more potent and terrifying. Shifu murmured softly. Boom, boom, boom. After the brief skirmish, both Zhu Jin and the black-cloaked figure stepped back. However, what shocked Elder Zhu was the overwhelming and terrifying nature of the black mist surrounding the cloaked figure. Even Zhu Jin's lightning energy trembled slightly in its presence. New Dong, you've got some nerve. To think you would dare to collude with outsiders and interfere in Medusa Clan affairs. Shifu, her withered body trembling with anger, berated the burly New Dong. Shifu, others may not know, but I do. You've always held the blue flower serpent and the 9-colored heaven-devouring python in high regard. If not for the 9-colored heaven-devouring python's emergence, the blue flower serpent would have undoubtedly become the ruler of the Medusa Clan, and I'm sure everyone here has witnessed that. But now that the blue flower serpent has been crippled, it's clear that the Medusa Clan's future ruler will change, New Dong said as he stared directly at Shifu. In the past, whenever New Dong encountered Shifu, he would always yield out of respect. After all, Shifu's strength was unrivaled within the Medusa Clan. But things were different now. With the support of the black-cloaked expert from the Soul Hall, New Dong's confidence had soared. As soon as New Dong finished speaking, several of the Medusa Clan's leaders behind Shifu exchanged glances, their eyes betraying a certain agreement with New Dong's words. I will ensure justice for Little Cyan, Shifu replied, her voice stern. But New Dong, even at this stage, are you still eyeing the throne of the Medusa Clan? Your heart has turned rotten, and you are no longer fit to be part of the Medusa Clan. I hereby strip you of your position as leader of the Avengers tribe and order your capture and punishment according to clan law. Shifu's voice was filled with authority as she delivered the decree. It matters not. Once I've cleansed the Medusa Clan of those who refuse to obey me, I will naturally take over everything. And I'm certain that under my rule, the Medusa Clan will prosper more than ever. Ha ha ha. Nu Dong burst into laughter, his laughter rolling across the desert. I advise all of you not to choose the wrong side, Shifu warned, sensing the wavering intentions of the man and woman who had previously colluded with Nu Dong. Enough. The man and woman among the 8 Medusa Clan leaders fell silent, understanding that if they chose the wrong side, they would be doomed forever. Why waste so much time talking? Attack! The eerie voice of the black-cloaked figure echoed from beneath his robes, reverberating throughout the desert. Make your move. The 8 leaders are mine to handle. As for the 2 half-step Dosian experts, I'll leave them to you, my lord, Nu Dong said respectfully, knowing that after today's battle, it would either end in his victory or total defeat. Swish, swish. The black-cloaked figure's voice resonated ominously as thick, sinister black mist poured out from under his robe, completely enveloping his body. The fog was dense and impenetrable, like the source of all evil. This black-cloaked man is no simple figure, Zhu Jin said solemnly. Even with his half-step Dosian strength, dealing with this mysterious figure would not be easy, let alone for Shifu. Go! In the next moment, Nu Dong and his men charged forward without giving the 8 leaders any chance to breathe. Nu Dong had calculated his timing well. The leaders had just fought a fierce battle with Qin Tian, and their Do Qi was still unstable. Most importantly, none of them were in peak condition, especially Shifu, who had expended much of her strength. That's why Nu Dong dared to make his move now. What Nu Dong hadn't expected was the sudden appearance of Zhu Jin, a half-step Dosian from the incense pavilion. A figure of Zhu Jin's caliber could roam freely in the mystic 3 heavens, unchallenged by any sect. Had it not been for the assurance from the Soul Hall's black-cloaked expert, Nu Dong wouldn't have dared to strike, no matter how desperate his situation. One misstep would lead to his eternal downfall. Hold them off. Zhu Jin and I will deal with the black-cloaked man, Shifu ordered, her voice filled with determination despite her weakened state. The 8 leaders, sensing her strain, couldn't help but feel a sense of helplessness. Master Shifu, are you all right? Mylan asked, her concern evident. I'm fine. You've all exhausted a lot of your energy, but dealing with Nu Dong and his followers shouldn't be too difficult, Shifu replied before taking off into the sky without hesitation. Zhu Jin and the black-cloaked figure's auras surged, rising into the heavens. Your Medusa Clan's 8 leaders are no match for Nu Dong's group. If you don't lend them a hand, many of your 9 tribes will fall today, the black-cloaked figure said, his voice eerie as the wind rustled his cloak, and strands of tangible black energy spread through the air, further darkening the already gloomy sky. There's no need for you to worry about that. Shifu showed no sign of weakness as she faced the mysterious figure. With a flicker of pain in her eyes, she retrieved a pill from her ring, hesitated for only a moment, and then swallowed it. As the pill took effect, her Do Qi rapidly recovered, reaching about 50% of her full strength in mere moments. Only 50%, Zhu Jin remarked quietly. Yes, this one won't be easy to deal with, Shifu admitted, turning to Zhu Jin. It seems today's harvest will be rather plentiful. Swish, swish. The black mist condensed once again into the form of the black-cloaked man, his face still obscured by darkness, with only a pair of blood-red eyes visible. Let's begin a feast of death. The figure bellowed, his voice brimming with murderous intent as he transformed back into a humanoid shape. This is Medusa Clan territory, and you will not act so brazenly. Shifu roared, her voice filled with both rage and killing intent. Give me a bit of time. Zhu Jin communicated with Shifu through their soul power, and she nodded slightly. As a battle array master, Zhu Jin's true strength didn't lie in direct combat, but in the ability to create intricate arrays through his immense spiritual power, providing a perfect balance of offense, defense, and the ability to kill enemies. Your life is mine, the black-cloaked figure shouted, no longer wasting time. His body erupted in a blaze of black light that engulfed the sky. The dark energy plunged the entire area into pitch-black darkness, making it impossible to see even a hand in front of one's face. The figure seemed to vanish within the thick mist. Invisibility, is it? Shifu muttered softly. Her withered hand suddenly clenched into a fist, striking out forcefully to the left. Boom, boom, boom. In the very spot Shifu had struck, the figure of the black-cloaked man materialized, and his dark chain clashed with her terrifying punch. Clang! The powerful force of life and death that wrapped around Shifu's fist collided with the dark, sinister energy of the black chain, producing a deafening sound. Boom, boom, boom. The first clash sent ripples of terrifying black and white energy expanding outward. Impressive. As expected from the strongest of the Medusa Clan, the black-cloaked figure chuckled darkly, clearly not expecting to kill Shifu with a single blow. Otherwise, her reputation as the strongest in the Medusa Clan and her half-step Dosien strength would have been a joke. Huh! With a shout, the figure pulled back his chain, which disappeared, replaced by a cloud of eerie black mist. Boom, boom, boom. Shifu's fist, imbued with terrifying power, struck the black mist, but it felt like punching a sponge, soft and giving. In the next moment, the strange mist vanished completely. Clang! Above Shifu's head, the black chain reappeared, along with the black-cloaked figure. This time, the sharp end of the chain glimmered coldly, poised to strike Shifu down in one fatal blow. Swish! The attack came just as Shifu's earlier move had finished. The black-cloaked figure's sudden appearance above her put her under immense pressure. However, Shifu wasn't one to hesitate. She quickly raised her slightly damaged dragon python staff and met the black chain head-on. Boom, boom, boom. The tip of the black chain slammed into the serpent head of the dragon python staff. Swish, swish. The force behind the black chain was immense as it relentlessly pounded the staff. Shifu's attack ended abruptly, and she gripped the staff tightly with both hands, struggling to hold back the overwhelming pressure from the chain's sharp edge. Ha ha ha. Shifu, it's time for you to die. The black-cloaked figure's sinister laughter echoed from beneath his robe as he increased the pressure on the chain. Damn it! Shifu cursed as her dochi flared, but even so, she found herself slowly being forced back by the black-cloaked figure. Even wielding the dragon python staff was proving difficult under the pressure. If I were at my peak, I might still stand a chance in this fight. But now, it's too much, Shifu thought bitterly to herself. It was no fault of Shifu's. Her dochi had been nearly depleted in her battle with Qin Tian. If not for the recovery pill that had restored 50% of her strength, she would have been defeated by the black-cloaked figure long ago. Struggling to hold her ground, Shifu glanced over at Zhu Jin. At this moment, above Zhu Jin's head, a silver-white scroll hovered, drawing in streams of tangible power that surged into it. Glancing up, Shifu noticed the scroll, its surface covered in intricate runes. As soon as her pupils caught sight of it, an overwhelming sense of fear arose within her. So this is the power of a battle array master, Shifu murmured, realizing that her attacks were nearing their end. In a moment, she would be utterly defeated by the black-cloaked man, yet she couldn't help but comment softly. The black-cloaked man, unaware of what had distracted Shifu, followed her gaze. A mysterious silver scroll, emanating immense power, hung above Zhu Jin. The black-cloaked man's blood-red pupils constricted sharply. The power of a battle array master? The moment those words left his lips, a deep-rooted fear welled up from within his soul. Initially, his plan had been to defeat Shifu first, as she was already severely injured and had exhausted her do-chi, making her easier to deal with. In his confidence, he had almost forgotten about Zhu Jin. Zhu Jin was known as the top battle array master in the entire Mystic Three Heavens. Given enough time, Zhu Jin could easily take on not just one half-step Dosien, but three of them. This was the true terror of a battle array master. Damn, I forgot about Zhu Jin, the black-cloaked man cursed inwardly, as an intense killing intent surged from beneath his robe. Himph! Shifu, sensing the shift in her opponent's focus, had successfully completed her task of buying time. With a sudden burst of force, she dispelled the black-cloaked man's attack. No matter who you are, you will be imprisoned within my thunder domain. At that moment, Zhu Jin's eyes snapped open, and an overwhelming battle intent surged forth, accompanied by a vast spiritual power. Swish, swish. As Zhu Jin's eyes opened, the silver scroll above his head erupted with a dazzling brilliance. A strange and mystical power began to pour out from the scroll, shooting directly toward the black-cloaked man. Damn it! I can't move. After Shifu escaped his grasp, the black-cloaked man abandoned his attempt to pursue her. He realized that Shifu was no longer a threat. The real danger lay in Zhu Jin. Invisible forces separated from the silver scroll, and beams of brilliant light swiftly enveloped the black-cloaked man, slowing his movements significantly. Thunder Domain. Converge. Zhu Jin's pupils narrowed as a terrifying energy of black and white emerged from his gaze. The power from the silver scroll swirled around the black-cloaked man, moving with ominous intent. What is this power? The black-cloaked man found himself unable to break free from the radiant light. A trace of shock crept into his blood-red eyes. Swish, swish. In his moment of hesitation, the dazzling light fully engulfed the black-cloaked man, and the surrounding space for nearly 100 meters was bathed in strange silver light. So this is the Thunder Domain. It's said that Zhu Jin, the top battle array master in the Mystic Three Heavens, possesses several arrays capable of threatening even true Dou-Xian experts. And this Thunder Domain is one of them. The lightning element has always been domineering, and with its paralyzing effect, I imagine this black-cloaked man is in for quite a bit of trouble, Shifu remarked, retreating to a safe distance, her eyes fixed on the confrontation between Zhu Jin and the black-cloaked man. Damn it! I never thought I'd be outmaneuvered like this, the black-cloaked man muttered as he found himself trapped within the Thunder Domain. Giant bolts of lightning, each several meters long, surged through the array, exerting immense pressure on him. This Zhu Jin truly lives up to his reputation as the top battle array master in the Mystic Three Heavens, the black-cloaked man said darkly, though a trace of wariness now tinged his voice. Even for someone as powerful as him, the might of the Thunder Domain demanded caution. Thunder Domain, purify all. The sinister power within you shall be cleansed. Zhu Jin's voice echoed across the sky, full of authority. In an instant, his figure disappeared from sight, only to reappear at the heart of the Thunder Domain, where he took control of the array's core. Swish, swish. Zhu Jin, as much as I have to admit that your reputation as the top battle array master is well-deserved, if you think you can subdue me with a mere array, you're dreaming. The black-cloaked man snarled, his voice full of menace. Subdue? Ha ha ha. You, a creature from the ghost realm, dare speak so arrogantly to someone from the Mystic Three Heavens? You ghosts have slaughtered countless humans from our realm. I'm simply here to avenge the dead. Zhu Jin's voice echoed from all corners of the Thunder Domain, making it impossible for the black-cloaked man to pinpoint his exact location. Then let's see who's stronger. I'll show you that beings from the ghost realm are far beyond the reach of mere humans like you. As for those you wish to avenge, they've already been absorbed into our power and turned into a part of us. Ha ha ha. As the black-cloaked man spoke, his body shuddered beneath the robe, and the next moment, a massive eruption of black light burst forth. His figure vanished completely, replaced by a thick, eerie black mist. The black mist carried terrifying waves of energy, and from within, a pair of blood-red eyes glowed ominously. With the appearance of these eyes, a chilling aura spread across the battlefield. So he truly is from the ghost realm, but something feels off, Zhu Jin thought to himself as he hid within the Thunder Domain, constantly shifting his position to avoid being located by the enemy. Swish, swish, the black mist swirled menacingly, and ghostly wails echoed from within, adding to the mystery surrounding the black-cloaked man's identity. Though he's filled with ghostly energy, he doesn't seem quite like the typical beings from the ghost realm. Who exactly is this person? Zhu Jin pondered quickly. He had fought various powerful entities from the ghost realm before, but he had never encountered anyone like this black-cloaked man, which made him question the figure's true origins. Swish, swish. While Zhu Jin hesitated, a massive bolt of lightning, tens of meters long, surged down from the center of the thunder domain, crashing toward the eerie black mist with unstoppable force. Not worth mentioning. The black-cloaked man's eerie voice echoed again from the mist. In response, a gigantic black chain shot out from the mist, emanating a dazzling mix of black and white energy. The chain's sharp tip gleamed with a chilling light as it clashed violently with the lightning, carrying with it a terrifying battle intent. Boom, boom, boom. The collision between the thunderous force and the black chain unleashed a terrifying burst of energy. Fortunately, the power was contained within the thunder domain array, preventing the shockwave from spreading too far. Even so, the force was still astonishing, causing everyone battling on the desert floor to pause and look up at the silver-lit area in the sky. Is this person from the Soul Hall really trustworthy? Facing off against two half-step Docian experts alone seems a bit too ambitious, remarked one of Nu Dong's more capable 8-star Do-D subordinates. Relax. He likely has his own strategies. After all, he's from that faction, Nu Dong replied, glancing at his subordinate. The man who had spoken was one of his most trusted confidants, so Nu Dong responded with some assurance. Let's hope so. The 8-star Do-D, named Shang Xiao, replied, his eyes now fixed on the 8 Medusa Clan leaders in front of him. Had these leaders not just endured a fierce battle with Qin Tian, making them significantly weaker, Nu Dong and his group would have had a much harder time handling them. But even in their weakened state, fighting the leaders of the Medusa Clan's 8 tribes remained a daunting task for Nu Dong's group. Who is this black-cloaked man, capable of fighting against 2 half-step Docian experts alone, even if Shifu's strength is only at 50%? Mobile murmured in hesitation, clearly perplexed by the black-cloaked man's power. We need to end this fight with Nu Dong's group quickly, or things could take a dangerous turn. The Serpent King's pupils narrowed sharply. He could feel a deeply unsettling energy emanating from the strange black mist within the thunder domain array. An ominous sense of fear began creeping into his heart as he stared at the mist-filled zone.